Hello and good afternoon and welcome to another edition of Mario Madness or the Super Mario Bros. 3 Randomizer Tournament if you prefer. We have a week 1 Swiss matchup today between two very good players who have made a rapid ascent the last few years in the Mario 3 Randomizer community. So we're in for a treat today as we see MarkyMark679 and JonnyLink going head-to-head in this week 1 Swiss match. And I'm Pro A007, very happy to be joining you here today. And on the mic with me is Dust Minion. Welcome.
Hello, yes, and then, yes, exactly as you said, these two have been at this for quite some time, JonnyLink more so, but they're both very good runners at this point in
Yeah.
time, and so this is going to be a solid matchup all in all.
Yeah, JonnyLink, I can remember going all the way back to at least 2020. MarkyMark is definitely a newer player, I think, in the last year or two, but has been a active member of the community certainly, and has made rapid improvement in his play in the last year or so, and has really become a formidable presence. So, with these new flag sets, and we'll describe them a little bit later on. I think what we've seen so far is the new dynamics and some of the changes we've made with the help of Macobra 52. With some of the changes he's been able to add to the randomizer, our runners are kind of feeling a lot of these new changes out and are having to adjust their strategies a little bit.
Indeed, and it shows in the flag set, which
Mhm.
there's a lot, so I'm just gonna say which ones are new that we're playing with this year. Namely,
Yeah.
the fact that we have the one cutscene skip. You get to keep your progress on game over. You start with power-ups in your inventory. Uh, the Koopalings are shuffled. The cannons are randomized, and also the whole world 8 thing where it's not just bridges that's at the valley anymore. Locks have
Right.
entered the mix.
Right, and all the levels are now in play. We've added 9 question mark tiles that are shuffled around in the deck as well. So all and the hammer bro positions have also been randomized as well as how many we get. So what our runners will have to be doing is doing a little bit of counting with some of the tiles as they can as we lead off, and we get a vanilla world 1.
With 2 forts, and there's a red fort, which means that Skyline's gonna have just 1 fort. Some hidden rando knowledge.
Yeah, and no power up available on the level for our runners. Ooh, okay, it's just looks like Marky just barely got ahead of that hitbox, but both runners doing a clean 5F1 here.
Yep, making clean work of that.
So yeah, you see on
Unfortunately,
the
they had to play both of them, unfortunately.
yeah. So you see there was an extra tile there above where 1-5 is. That's one of the extra tile slots that our runners will have to take into account here. There are 9 of them to account for the 9 lost level stages. So that is going to almost inevitably add more levels for our runners to play, and our runners will have to kind of keep that in the back of their mind as they're going through. And that's not, we don't really have anything like that on the tracker just yet, but it's something they'll just have to keep in mind as they're going through, because as they get to World 8 in particular, they gotta remember what they have and don't have as far as that's concerned.
And what's more is that it's not the same spot every time. It can be something totally different.
Correct. Yeah. And I think you'd probably say there are certain places that will always, there are places it can't be, but they have to keep that in mind. And Marky zooming through 5-6 there with P-speed strats.
Yeah, and that will widen the gap quite a ways. What? And here's 1-3. Okay.
So, you know, our runners, and we saw this, we were doing the comms between Teeks and Stewie Cartman on Thursday, is that our runners are going to be a little more inclined, I think, to go for items than they might have in the past because of the added value of hammers and clouds. But here we have a little bit of a different in routing. Johnny goes for the item. Doesn't Johnny ignores the item? Marky doesn't. So Marky just gets a mushroom.
So that wow, good call, Johnny.
Well, and I think at a certain point,
there's no way to know, but still.
Right. No, it was a good call. It ended up being a good call on his part. He saved some time. But I think runners will, I think, generally play true to themselves. If they're not really inclined for the items, they're not going to go out of their way for it. But generally, in an early game, even those who aren't as inclined will kind of make that an exception.
Okay, all right.
So we just a music box here, and a free 1-up for Johnny.
And so we're gonna enter the World 3 airship. Mark that off.
Right.
And
again, it's not a given that Larry will be the Koopa. Johnny got caught there. The reverse bullet bill sniping, boxing him in there.
And this is what I mean by randomized cannons, that their missile bills are now no longer exclusive to 4-5.
Mm-hmm.
And we had Koopalings randomized, but Larry could be shoveled here anyway, in his original spot.
Yeah. So just a few seconds difference between our runners and the early going. So now what do we got next for next world? I'll say 2. Let's keep the vanilla game going.
Come on, Desert. Aww.
So much for that. We got 2 forts off the bat, and I think an extra tile at the very least.
You have some flight going on, and yeah, you need to. If you get caught once, you can't do that anymore.
Right. If you have any bonk or anything, you're not going to make it across. But yeah, our runners are going to be getting the full experience here, if you will, playing several levels in a row.
And you just saw the difference between the fire and the stomps. That was a 5-hitter boom boom.
Mm-hmm. And you see that between the 2 boulders, one of our favorite strats in the community, there's a level between the 2 boulders. So that's interesting. So even if you double hammered somehow, or you were able to do so, yeah, sorry. Johnny having a little bit of trouble here with Lakitu and 5-8, but does manage to pull through.
And here's Niagara Falls.
And one of the 9 lost levels in the game, levels that were part of the game's coding, but were never actually put into the final cut of the game. This level is essentially a freebie. The only one of the 9 that really would qualify as such. It's a pretty short stage.
And there's a hand trap stage. All 3 hand trap stages lead to the exact same room, which means that whatever item is at the end of this is going to be there for the other 2 hand traps.
Right. So this, we'll see what we get out of this, and we get a cloud.
So
all right.
That's a minimum. That's a minimum of 2 more clouds if they find the other 2.
Right. And we have our second lost level, or beta stage, if you will. And this one has been modified a little bit. You just saw it with Marky getting that item. This used to be an itemless stage, but this 5.3 beta, but we decided that no, this level should have at least 1 item, in play. because
Because
some of the enemy patterns can be really unpleasant.
and especially the bloopers, they can be amazingly
Right.
rude.
They certainly can be, and you see and jumping cheeps are known for their being trolly as well. We've got a hammer. All right. So hammers again do break locks in this game. So let's see. Well, it's
Looks like Wendy's is open.
it's open, but how many levels are they going to have to play to get there? Is this a straight shot, or given that they had to play what 5 stages, that generally lends itself to being probably. The rando doesn't usually stack it that deeply against you, in my experience. Make you play 8 or 9 stages. 6 or 7 is usually where it goes. But Johnny is going to play 6F3. Okay, so it's just 2 more stages. A 1-hit boom boom for Johnny. Oh, just one stage. Never mind. Yeah, those 2. But so that actually, all things considered, works out pretty well for our runners. This actually wouldn't have been a bad, 2-2 is a pretty short stage. This is the kind of place where you would use a cloud. Although I think that that formula has kind of changed a little bit because of the added tiles and World 8, getting more of those as a result.
Yeah. And not much else to say about Warland, because it's pretty much done. All that's left is this airship.
Yep, so we got the World 5 airship this time.
That's a Wendy.
We got 2 vanilla Koopa kids in a row. This is a normal Wendy, so no problem. Gets the 10 fireballs and grabs the wand at 9:22. So Johnny's about a stage behind at this point. He should get his wand about 9:50 to 10 minutes, I'd say. See. All right, I'm gonna say let's keep it the odd number tradition 5.
What was an odd number?
It was an odd number. We got 3-pipe Monty to lead off.
Okay, the hunt begins. Okay, there's a fort.
Right.
There's another
2
one.
forts. Yeah, there's a lock off to the side there on the central island. Okay, well, this could be a Jet 7. Let's see. And access to the other fort is pretty easy, too.
Yeah, and this is Super Tanks. This is one of the shorter forts in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Especially since forward to Boom Boom. How was that?
So Marky runs the string, and yes, it is correct.
Wow. Okay.
As far as extra tiles go, I didn't really see any, so this looks like it was our first vanilla in terms of count. Just a star for Johnny playing that extra hammer bro there on the floating island, or the lonely island, I suppose. Yeah, don't see extra tiles, so yeah, I think this is a vanilla count.
And here's the plant stage.
Johnny's gonna play this out. He's gonna run the string like Marky did.
And you'll probably play this fort.
Yeah, it's right here. So yeah. But Marky is the first to the World 1 airship. We've had 2 vanilla Koopa kids in a row. We're gonna hit the trifecta.
Finally, a combo breaker. It's Morton.
It's Morton. Yep. It was a thick one, but not a very strong one. 11:58, so a quick World 7 there. So, all right, I'll say.
Yep.
I'll stick with the odd numbers. 5. Got
Yep.
I'm eventually going to be right. It's just how many times I'm going to be wrong before I'm right.
Yeah, come on, you gotta. Ah.
Nope, but this is another. This is a double
Ooh.
4. This is a double
Okay.
at least.
Yeah, but in all those stages, hope this pipe leads us somewhere.
Well, it leads us right to the finish line.
Okay.
This is our triple forter. This could again be very quick, or this could be a grind. Let's see.
Yeah, and the third fort must be like smack dab in the middle.
Yeah, because the other one, the second fort was at 6-7's location, so fire kill there by Johnny. Sets up for the jump and gets it 13:09. So about just over a minute difference between our runners now. As Marky's set himself a good lead, and nope.
Okay, that was not the answer.
All right, so
yeah, I would do this too. Since this seems like the path of least resistance.
it does. And we saw there were 2 locks up on the first screen, and it kind of
like
suggests
3 panels in front of
least,
those locks, though.
Well, I mean, at worst, this is another stage, so it probably is another stage. There's like a 1 in 5 chance it isn't. Pretty good odds, actually. But Marky did go for the item on 3-7 and ends up with an anchor.
That could be any item that is not a regular hammer or whistle.
Right. Now, okay, so this is 1-6. Now this is an interesting test here, because we saw, so after this, supposing it isn't that, when we have like, we'd have to play 1, 2, 3 stages. There's an extra tile there. Johnny just trying.
Johnny thought about going down the other pipe.
Yeah. So,
okay, this is not going to be the one.
Right, we know that off the bat. It's going to be that pipe. It's going to be
doubling back that pipe.
Right. It's going to be the lock. Okay, I see. It's in the side there. It's in the side pocket. It has to be.
Yeah, but this is a long walk, unfortunately.
Well, if this is a shit,
but he has no choice, though.
Oh, he has a choice.
He has to clear this. He has to clear this fort.
Right, but I mean, he has a choice. No, he doesn't have to clear the fort because, again, logically, this can't impede progress. I am pretty certain it's the third fort is in the spot where that that other pipe usually is. Not the one in the corner, but the one below it, into the side.
Okay.
I'm pretty certain.
Yeah, you're right. This will be 2 levels rather than 3.
Right.
Okay.
So 3-5. So Johnny and Marky have actually drawn even. Marky having a little trouble with the routing, and this is tricky routing to be sure. World 6 is known for dropping some unpleasant surprises. And Chad is asking, are they doing 2 races? Yes, all Swiss matches are 2 races. So we're doing.
They will generally be done.
This is a 5-week. We're doing 5 weeks of Swiss, correct?
Yep, because of all the runners,
right.
all the new runners we have.
Correct. Right. Yeah. So. Yeah. So they're going to play a total of 10 matches. All right. Alright, so both of them opting for the 6-5-ish tile, and they got 6-4 for it.
Be careful, Marky. Okay.
Okay, yeah. Not exactly a given, but P-Speed really does help there. Johnny, hurry.
Okay.
Okay, yep.
Oh!
And there's 2 extra tiles. Wow.
Oh my goodness.
So, yeah, that... Yeah,
What an
this is...
awful Iceland.
Yes, it is. Yeah, they're... Yeah, this is definitely a situation that we aren't quite as familiar with, so... Yeah, this, but this is part of the new game, so... Oh, he's doubling back.
Yeah, they're gonna hammer that rock.
I think so. Yeah, because... Well, okay,
Well,
yeah.
Marky is at
Marky
least.
is. Johnny, yeah, no, he's not. Oh, no. Oh, no. This is...
Oh,
Johnny, no. He's holding on to that hand. He's holding on to that hammer, which, okay, you know, it could pay off, but this is really gonna hurt.
This is the risk he's taking.
Yeah, it's all... Oh, but Marky getting clipped by the hot foot there. So as JonnyLink finished 1-6 beta. So, oh man, he's got to play... There's like 3 extra tiles in this stage by my count, so that puts it up to 5.
Yeah, so that was like 1-6 beta, 5-1, and what's the third one gonna be?
Well, as it turns out, it is the ice beta. So, all things considered, that's actually not a bad set of levels. I mean, 1-6 beta can be a bit of a slog, but Johnny's got to make his execution count here to make up for this. But this actually, he'll be about 2 stages back. That's not insurmountable. The anchor? Or did he just use a
I didn't catch that.
I thought he used an anchor there. If so, it's just a leaf. We have a vanilla World 6 airship. It's got a vanilla Koopa. Yes! So
Wow!
We got
666.
Wow, watch out, Mark. Oh, watch out, Marky. This is,
Uh-oh. Ah.
This...
Oh, no.
This is... Yeah, this is the kind of thing Johnny's gonna need. But he does get through, but oof. Marky grabs the wand. 2011, that was an 8+ minute world for Marky. And again, this, you know, as it turns out, yeah, doubling back was probably if you didn't want to use the hammer, was the more expedient route. But again, this is something our runners are learning as they're going through this new dynamic and this new setup. We have World 4, and we got a fort up front. Yeah, this is a good call, because at the very least, 2 of the next 3 worlds will be 1-forters. Because we've seen 3 2-forters, and then World 6 was a triple. So, in that respect...
The way the randomizer, how the shovels the forts is, 1 world is always going to have 3 forts, 2 worlds are going to have 1 fort, and the remaining 4 worlds before World 8 are going to have 2 forts. World 8 will always have 4.
And we just confirmed that World 4 is a 2-forter. As Johnny finishes off Lemmy and gets his wand at 21-23. So actually, he didn't... It's about the splits are about the same after Iceland, so Johnny actually didn't come out of this too badly.
It helped that the levels that he had to play weren't awful.
Right, there's a hammer for Marky. It also helped that Marky had an unforced error at 2 fort with that unfortunate death to the Hotfoot. And he had a death to one of the Hammer Bros as well. So Johnny got some time back off of those two. We have 3-1, pretty straightforward.
Getting some time back, too.
Yeah, this is definitely in flux, but Johnny is up 1 hammer. World 2 could be useful in that regard. We'll see. In World 8, of course, locks are a thing at the end.
That said, Marky did just pick up a replacement hammer.
Right. So that helps, but yeah, Johnny's up a hammer right now, so we'll see how this plays out in the next 10 or so minutes. 5 probably won't play that much of a role unless we get some really bizarro kind of design with the forts and the locks are really separate from one another. Ooh, Marky getting clocked by a blooper chain. Ouch.
Oh, hold on. Johnny got to skip a stage by checking the pipe.
Good call on his part. He's gonna have to play 7-4 though, but so good interpretation there by Johnny.
Yeah. I mean, you never know unless you try.
Exactly, and yeah, it's 8 to 10 seconds if you're wrong, but we're seeing. I think Marky's getting a little tilted here. He's really, I think, pressing. See, yeah.
Especially the old blooper nannies.
Yeah,
I think for the first time this game, JonnyLink has the lead.
He's had the lead early, but yeah, since World 3, he's back in front. And yeah, he's now up about a half a stage on Marky, who's having a whale of a time in 7-4, unfortunately. He's got Fire Mario, so this should expedite the process a little bit. Well.
Oh, we said words.
I said words, and you're innocent.
I was about to say words, which means I said words. Oh well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so he's through, and they're at 6F1, and Johnny's in 6F1. And Marky getting a 5 up. Not sure that's really what he intended, but I'm sure he'll be happy to have the extra lives. So he is going to play this extra hammer, bro.
Yeah, I missed what this item was.
I don't think it was anything of... It was a P... Well, P-Wing's not bad. We still got World 2, 4, and 7 airships by my count.
I guess since we have a moment, we should mention something about the Hammer Brother placement. That's one of the main flags that have been toggled for this year's flag set. You may have noticed that there were only 2 fights rather than the vanilla 3. Though the fights have been shuffled as well. Every rule to have at least 1.
Just a one-hitter quitter for Johnny, and gets the wand at 25-24. So Johnny in front now with just Worlds 2 and 5 to play. Both are 1-forters. So this could be very quick for both. It depends on the draw.
Well, if we go back to what I said earlier about the red fort being in grassland, that means that this is going to be the other single forter. Right.
So, yeah, and we got 2 levels. We got a guaranteed 2 levels and a fort. So, woof. Chat's asking a question. What does the music box do in rando? Same as vanilla. It just puts the Hammer Bros to sleep, and that can be a strategic option, certainly.
Yeah, if you just want to get past that plant that's directly in the way of the fort and pipeline, you can.
Yeah.
If you feel you're good on items.
We got a 5F2 here. That's pseudo vanilla. Wrong colored fort, but still. So another stage, and then the pyramid required. Ouch. No, yeah, the anchor is set to a wild card status. Just to clarify something in chat, anchor is set to wild card status. It can be anything except a hammer or a whistle.
Yeah, because in the flags that we use, the airship stays put when you lose a
Right.
life rather than fly around the map,
Mhm.
which the anchor prevents in vanilla anyway. So
Correct. So Johnny used his cloud just to go straight to the tower.
I mean, not a bad strategy considering they were deep enough in the seed, and there's no guarantee that they're gonna be useful in World 8, but they're more useful than they were in the past.
Correct. Yeah, the only thing that you really that you shouldn't do is not use them. I mean, it's just a waste because
Yep.
it's just a matter of use whatever your preference is. Use them.
Yeah, and not doing so will, more often than not, that will cost you a match. Last season, I was playing JonnyLink, and I chose to hang on to a cloud rather than use it, and because of that, I lost him by 2 seconds.
Another hammer for Johnny up top in the sky. The level he skipped was 3-2. Johnny's going to use the pipes to skip a stage, and well, he can't use it in. Oh well, that's.
Oh no! Dang.
Yes, this. Well, at the very least, he's got good power ups to get him through this opening part here.
Yes, but unfortunately, this is the risk of blind clouding at times.
Well, yeah. There's no guarantee. I mean, it's basically a game of math, and like your odds are like probably at this point like maybe 2% that it'll be 6-6, but
And this is actually not a terrible 6-6 because of the fact that there's no bloopers anywhere.
Right. Yeah. In terms of the draw, that was about as one of the more generous ones you could get. As Marky just finished off the towers, so he is ignoring the item, so he is going to be down another hammer. But he is using his cloud.
You blind clouded 6-6? How about that?
Yeah. We have World 4 airships, so we still have Ludwig and Iggy in play. Johnny, using P-Speed strats, is able to get ahead, just barely ahead.
There's Roy.
Roy is our... did we do... I guess...
We fought Iggy.
Oh, we did. Okay, so Roy and...
We're missing.
Right. Now we are. Okay, so basically dead even going into World 2.
Desert.
Yeah.
And our remaining airship is the 7th one.
Yes, that's correct. Alright, so World 2, we got an extra tile there. So we got to go through three stages and a fort to get to a pipe. Well, for the privilege of looking at that pipe, but this is a place where hammer probably going to be used.
Lakitu got one last egg on Marky.
He usually does. Marky maintaining about a fractional lead at this point, maybe just a second, if that.
And got to get even out because of that 1-up.
Right. So
Okay, there's another cloud for our runners.
Ooh,
and
7
here's
up.
Fort Knox.
So Marky might just take the fine here, I think. Just come back with a P-Wing. Johnny's going to play this out. Get his guaranteed Tanuki suit.
I mean, that block that was above Marky, that can be a leaf now. But since he was small, there is no point to going for it.
So Marky's going to be back in the lead by just like a second or maybe two at the most, as he's going to get to Boom Boom first. Now, I don't recommend playing the. I don't recommend a blind cloud pull here, but you know. Let's see what they decide.
This is maybe a risk to cloud that, but
yeah. Both
yeah, they're gonna
play it.
Yeah, and they got an ideal power up for it.
Yeah.
Well, assuming you're not trying to speed through.
Well, yeah. So yeah, it's been back and forth the last few minutes, but the long-term advantage probably still belongs to Johnny, just on the futures prediction, because he has more hammers for World 8. So
that's true. He did skip. Marky did skip the one in Sky.
Right. And okay, it's a straight shot to the finish. So no harm, no foul if they've used the cloud. But I think they're going to be pretty aggressive with their items here in World 8, because you use them or you lose them, right? So
effectively, yes.
In terms of forts, if my tracking is correct, we have 3F1, both 4s, Piranha Fort, and 8 forts still to play. Johnny will be the first to Ludwig.
Yeah.
But just a one-hitter quitter. So 3404 and 3408. So very close going into the finish here.
Now then. And the passes, this would be the port where we ask how many bridges there are, but since now that locks can be in the valley.
I'll say a lock and a bridge.
I think nothing.
Nothing? Well, we got Navy up front, so
and there's Gatekeeper.
Johnny's going right for it. And we got tanks, super tanks, and Air Force in on the hand side. I think Marky's got the right idea. Play this out a little bit, see what you can find out. There's a lock. There's 8 forts.
That's the last remaining fort of the world.
Here's an idea. Play blind pull on the blind draw on the that lock there. If you got the hammers.
Oh. He's going for Gatekeeper.
Yep. So Johnny is at Boom Boom. So Johnny ostensibly in the lead here. He's also got an extra pipe to check. He might check that one right off the bat, just for the sake of routing. Yep.
Yeah, for now though, Marky has the knowledge advantage.
Right. Ooh.
I don't think he meant to do that.
Oh Johnny
my God.
hits pay dirt. Does he have? He does have a cloud.
But does he have a flower? Yes, he does.
Got 2 of them.
There you go. Okay, here we go.
Johnny. Wow, you could have surplus to requirements on the hammers, but yeah, wow, this is, and Marky is not far behind. He's gonna get in there. He's going to follow the chain. He's got the hammer to do this, and he has the cloud as well, so...
And I believe he also has firepower.
Yep. So, there's the hammer. There's the cloud. Johnny is still going for the clip. Finally gets it. Okay, but it's not out of the woods yet. Bowser's hitbox has been corrected, so 35 fireballs, not exactly a given.
And as we saw early in the tournament, of the attack pattern Bowser can have can be just, I hit you.
Right. And there
Johnny
it is.
manages
30.
it.
Oh, nice dodge there by Marky. Sliding under, and oh, another good dodge by Marky. Get out the GGs for JonnyLink, who's going to take the first of this two-game Swiss match, clocking with an official game time of 37:33, and Marky right behind him.
Yep.
So a couple of terrific performances here today, as both runners put on a fine show. Marky clocking 20 seconds behind at 37:53, and this easily could have gone either way. This was a very competitive back-and-forth match, the very kind of thing you like to see in an opening week Swiss match, especially against two very good players such as these two.
Indeed. And that was just one of the two games from these runners. And we're going to take a short break and get them ready for number 2. So don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be right back. All right, folks, we're back. You know the deal. It's time for game 2. We're going to set our runners off very soon. And all that jazz. That was one of the closest matchups we've had this tournament so far. What do you think, Pro A?
Yeah, and we definitely saw our runners being put to the test and getting a little tilted throughout. World 6 in particular, this is part of the new format and the new settings we're seeing. Our runners, as it turned out, could have had a much simpler solution to this problem, but I think the lack of hammers at the time and maybe just not quite running through all the variables, both of them ended up making it a lot longer than they could have, and if one had figured it out, the race would have been a blowout. But as it was, both runners did very well throughout and made some very astute and very good plays, and were very close. It was rarely above 2 minutes in terms of differential, and it was often much closer than that. And you're seeing two evenly matched runners doing it differently, but also doing it very well.
Indeed, and as you saw, sometimes the bonus items don't matter as much, but it is a very good cushion to have. At the end, both runners had exactly what they needed at exactly the moment they needed them.
Right. Yeah. It ultimately, the hammers and the cloud in particular came out exact, and I was actually, I think, correct. It was a bridge and a lock, but it came out exactly as it needed to for our runners. So they were able to maximize and make World 8 a fairly simple process down the stretch. So runners have been given the go-ahead. Dust, you have asked. Last seed, we started the Vanilla World 1. Unfortunately, we did not get Vanilla. After that, I will say 5 this time.
7. RWO party, let's go.
The RWO party. A cause we can all get behind. The RWO party. All right, so Johnny up 1-0. Last match we did, Dust, we had a split between Teeks88 and Stewie. Stewie won the first match and Teeks won the second. So let's see if we get more of that reverse goodness. Runners are off.
Okay.
Wow, again with that tile between the two boulders. Oh
my God! JonnyLink resetting just to get that life back.
Don't blame him.
Wow. What an opening. Thank you, Bry.
Yeah. Oh no, Marky.
Yeah,
okay, well.
he did not want to get hit there.
No, he did not. And Johnny, you might want to get out of there as quickly as he can because Boss Bass. Oh.
Oh.
Marky's got to be careful.
Okay. Okay. That's at least bigness. He can still clip now.
Right.
But, oh dear.
That Paragoomba, man, he's going to cause... Oh.
You need to get rid of him. Get rid of that thing.
Yeah, really.
That one especially.
Yeah. Right, so... I will take full credit for this, nastiness.
Okay. So, JonnyLink is through.
Marky working on his clip, trying to get through. It's something a little less awful in 3-4.
There we go.
So our runners are through the initial gauntlet of pain, but you know, this is one of those situations where you really have to push this out, this kind of start out of your mind, like you know, get through it, like we're done, we're out, and like just forget what happened. And a couple of good levels in a row usually is a good tonic for that. In my experience.
Yeah, 1-5, not also pretty tame.
Yeah,
the thing however you do start sliding. So
yeah.
you need to...
And Johnny got pump faked a little bit there by the Karibo shoe.
All right, so we're coming up to our first fort of the seed.
Yep. And then after that we got 2 more stages, and then we got another stage, and then 2-pipe Monty potentially. Got World 8 Fort. Oof.
Gatekeeper right out the gate.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah,
Nope.
Unfortunately, took too much damage, so he's gonna have to reset the cycle. Is gonna get a star.
Gonna go back in and get reset the star, so he'll have enough time to get to Boom Boom before it wears off. There you go.
Remember that strat. Unfortunately, Marky will only need 1 star. There goes the lock. So
yeah, because Marky's small, he can just go right underneath the belt, the spike strip.
Exactly. So well, that's another thing that has been changed is those giant blocks used to be vanilla, giving out vanilla items, but not anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I wouldn't say all of them, but certainly like in 4-1, for example, now they can be randomized. It used to follow
that one in particular used to always be a leaf.
So Cloud for their trouble. They're probably wondering why couldn't we have had that at 7-5? All right, so more levels. Oof, this is
and this is very good time to use that cloud. Maybe yes.
Yes, I mean they're gonna he's gonna bypass.
Yep. And I would play the fort 100%.
Oh yeah, well yeah, because there's a pretty good chance it's the lock behind the pipe is behind the lock.
Ah!
Marky taking the hit there.
Oh yeah, a quality of life change. The dock now counts as saving your spots, so that means you're not soft locked if you die.
Right. So we got a leaf for all that effort. So Johnny's gonna go with the... Yeah, that was the logical choice. And Marky sees the bad news and he's like, no.
Alright, I have a cloud. I should probably use it.
Yeah, it's just too bad he had to go all the way back. But, unfortunately, Johnny loses his fire flower. Like,
it's a 5-hitter too.
Yeah, Marky. One thing I hadn't considered is, looks like Marky's playing it pretty tight here, and I don't blame him because you make a mistake that is fatal. That's a 1+ minute mistake because you're gonna have to play Atlantis then.
Yep, I think I timed Atlantis from start to the pipe enters. I believe it's like 1:03.
Something like that, yeah. The pipes are right up front in World 2. We got an extra tile off to the side.
And those two pipes link. Oh, hold up. Oh wait, what am I talking about?
Yeah, no.
I got mixed up.
Right. Hope for a hammer right about now because they're not getting a free pass otherwise. We got 3-3. An oasis in the desert. How fitting.
Got the jump on the Paragoomba.
Johnny's not interested in getting a 5-up, so he just takes the jump to get the flower. We got 2 forts. Okay.
Okay.
Good bet that the other fort is 1 fort, if this breaks the lock by the castle.
And we got 2 Rebel Hotfoot. There we go.
Six F3 is taken care of.
I guess that lock was on the secret area.
Apparently, yeah. So yeah, they're gonna have to go through this. 2 more stages and a fort, and we got 5-8. 5-8. I think was giving Johnny trouble in game 1. He had a hard time with Lakitu. Yeah. But not this time. Johnny gets his revenge.
Indeed he does.
Marky got clipped there by the Hotfoot, and now he's just going to try to maintain his P-speed through Carpet Fort here. And
no, he lost it.
He lost it. Yeah, he lost it at the wrong moment, and yeah, that lack of momentum unfortunately cost him. So, taking kind of a pregnant pause there.
Yeah, he really thought about it for a second there.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. He did the same stutter that happened the first time. Got him again. This time, he was able to slow himself down and avoid a double hit, which would have been a problem.
Okay, we got us a 1-3 again early on.
Now, Marky did go for the item in game 1.
Yes, he did, and Johnny skipped it.
Johnny skipped it, right?
And he's skipping it again.
Johnny, like he likes his items, but he don't like that one. It worked out for him in game 1. It ended up being a mushroom.
Well, this bro is apparently a mushroom, so law of averages says that this next one will not be so.
Correct.
Maybe, perhaps. I don't know. I don't know what numbers are.
Yeah. Johnny going
Secret bro.
for the hat trick here. Okay, gets.
Is Secret Bro profitable? Maybe.
Decent, okay-ish return on investment. We'll see what Marky decides to do with 1-3 when he gets around to it.
Lemmy. Too bad he doesn't have a fire on him. But otherwise, this is an easy fight because he's just right there on the ground. Your fireballs.
Right. It's a 5-hitter and he's in the box. Oh no!
He stood up at the worst time.
Johnny, unfortunately,
yeah, that's a huge time loss.
Yeah, he's got his fire Mario. He's like, he ain't Fire Peach, I suppose. He's like, that ain't happening again.
Alright. Marky is going for the item in 1-3 again. Will he get ripped off again?
Oh, unless you're Mustard, then it's everything you could have asked for and more. But so 1222 there on the wand grab. So Johnny in the lead, but
oh, Marky wants items. He's feeling barren, which is why he went for the Secret Bro as well.
World 5 now, free pipe check. Yeah, it's towers required. No surprise.
Yeah, I might as well get the free item.
Another music box. That's the second in a row.
Yeah, not very profitable other than that cloud from earlier, but it had to be sacked anyway.
And you know, they got their money's. Oh no! Oh no! This is not
this
good.
was. You did not want to get hit.
Yeah, this is a full 5-hitter Lemmy, and
oh no.
Okay, well.
No.
He holds it here. He should be okay. Yeah, okay. They got through. Yeah.
Oh, mercy.
So about a 1 minute 10-second difference between our runners on the wand grab. As Johnny is about 3/4 of the way done with the tower, World 5. So there were no forts that we saw down below. So at the very least, there'll be one, anywhere from 1 to 3. We'll see.
Yep. It is possible that all 3 can just be up here.
Well, 2 of them are up
just
here.
2 forts.
But, ooh, that's an ugly draw, though. A kingdom for a hammer. This would be a good time to use one. Yep.
Well, asking you shall receive.
Yeah. Let's say I don't do anything nice for the runners. You gotta do this.
Yep. Pop it. Yeah.
This is a 4-stage swing. You gotta do it.
And Boss Bass likes to show up in 6-1 a lot. It's just a thing he likes to do.
And Johnny gets the 3-up. Not quite what he intended, but he'll take it. Ooh.
Up in 1! Oh no! Got a tail clip.
Well, unless
4.
you're me, yeah, this is not exactly what you want to.
5.
Not exactly what we have in mind.
approaching double-digit attempts.
Reset himself. Oh, God.
Yep. Yeah. Unfortunately, unlike sub and 6, you can't fly over sub and 1.
No, you cannot.
So it's clip or bust.
Yep.
So yeah, Johnny got through, but he must be feeling a little icky from having spent so much time there.
Yeah, it's definitely not ideal, but Marky, I thought Marky would have waited for Boss Bass to reappear again, but nope.
Marky's potentially also about to feel the pain of tail clipping.
Well, good skill to learn, but it can be very frustrating. Took what, I think 14 tries for Johnny here.
Yep. And this is number 4. 5.
Ooh, that almost was it.
Okay, 9 attempts.
9 or 10, yeah. I'll trust you. I'll go with your. I'll defer on your count there. World 7 airship and
Larry.
And Larry, yeah. So 16:59. So that fortuitous hammer saved our runners from having to play for probably another 3 minutes.
Yeah. So yeah, a cloud gained just before Atlantis, a hammer gained just before that lock.
Hmm.
Someone's looking out for these 2 runners for this seed.
I do my best. Well, this is a linear. This is a linear draw at least. We got 5-3 beta leading off.
Here comes the slowdown.
Yeah. Staple of NES games. Too many sprites equals slowdown. And he gets through it like a champ. And now we have Larry for Marky. Marky kind of playing defensively here, trying to get the fire kill.
Okay, so there's a fort on the bottom middle island. Okay, this is a triple forter.
Oh, wow. So we're going fishing, folks, and we got 3F1 leading off.
Yep, and we do not have a hammer anymore, so even if there is no bridge out, there is. We have a lot of searching to do.
One lock is irrelevant because it's just up top, so on the left-hand side.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah,
there goes
so
that.
one of these forts could be 1F.
Yeah, two of these locks actually are irrelevant because they don't go anywhere. Or they don't. A real Shaggy Dog kind of story. With there's the hammer.
Oh. So another question is, yeah, we search.
Yes. No, you. I mean, well, okay, it's right here. Play it.
Unless that happens.
Yeah, I mean, all things considered, this isn't going to be a huge waste of time. It's really just going to be a question: get to the Eastern Island, and then, yeah, from there, because the third fort is on the Eastern Island, anyways, so it's not a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the only thing that I can see that could be kind of a troll is what if the third lock is behind the third fort? Well, actually, it couldn't be, but in theory, like in this case, that's impossible. But
Marky's gonna do the same.
Like, actually, I'll amend that. It's not impossible, but the way it's played out, it won't be the case.
Okay. Marky walked away.
Johnny, like, getting a little greedy here. Like, surely I can do better than this. And okay, there's the third. There's the third lock.
There's 5-9, but at least it's a fork.
Johnny wants an answer that doesn't require him to do this, and well, he's got a quad
Well,
set.
I mean, he'll find it eventually. And he
Yeah.
has time.
Yes, Air Force is indeed the correct answer. Marky, oh, Marky gets slapped by.
The star wore off.
Yeah.
Johnny, I guess he couldn't find it. I guess it wasn't there at all.
No, I don't believe it was. You know, he's gonna have to swallow his pride here and just play it. I don't think his pride's. Yeah, he's not doing that.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it looks like that pipe actually leads to the lone island with the where the Toad House normally is.
I believe that's correct. And 7-8 Piranha Alley. Yikes! Doing all the good stuff here. Johnny taking
Yeah, we're getting some yowza.
Yeah, really. The runners are already over the 20-minute mark, and we're still in World 4.
You know it's a good C when that happens.
That's a matter of opinion, but
I say that facetiously, of course.
of course. 7-8, Johnny taking his second 100-coin fine in in 2 out of the last 3 levels. Marky is going to play. Excuse me. Is going to play Piranha 2, and yeah, he's going to just use his hammer. Get himself out of this.
Oh, wow.
Well, he's lucked out there with another hammer. Still
Yeah.
some good hammerable levels. 1, 4, and... Well, 4 is pretty unlikely, but it can happen. And then 6, of course.
Ice is still out there.
Yeah, and 1, you know, if you want to take a shortcut. Because that boulder's still breakable, right?
No, it's not.
Oh, it's not. We took that out. Never mind, then.
So, yeah.
Both runners...
Oh, did Johnny put that plant to sleep?
I think he did.
Then he will not have 2 hammers.
No, but he still has a hammer
He
advantage.
still has the 1, though. So, they're even.
$23.32 for Marky. Johnny.
And Roy's our boy.
Yeah. 23.49. So 17 seconds.
Oh dear, split path on giant land opening.
We got a double fort, so well this
And this is absolutely forced.
yes it is. How forced? We'll find out. Is this gonna be us?
They're both required because the one block is blocking the other fort.
That's correct, yeah, so oof. Well, Johnny is gonna have an easy go of it. Her go of it. Marky right behind him, but he spent a little extra time going for the item and getting it. Chat's already predicting 7F2 incoming. Yes, very likely.
And unless I count these forts wrong, grass and ice both have only 1 fort.
You counted as the same as I did, so yes. So
Wow.
we've got the Skyway stage, no problem. It's almost free. I mean, it can trip you with some bad enemy draws, but
We got some sinkage going on here.
Long levels, too. We got 7-4. This was giving Marky all kinds of trouble in game 1. See if the luck favors him a little more this time around. Well, Johnny getting bonked on the head there.
And Big Bertha got Marky, and
both are going to help themselves to that fire flower.
And just gotta be cautious of the spiny cheap sheep randomized spawnage. Okay.
All right, so 2 down, 1 to go before they get to the fort. Yeah, we're pretty sure it's going to be Piranha Fort. 1-1.
1-1.
Haven't seen this yet today. Johnny, outstanding job of keeping his P speed. Oh no, John. Marky,
okay.
Marky almost went into the pit there.
All right. Is this 7-2? Yes, it is.
Of course it is.
Random logic strikes again.
Yeah.
For those new here, for some reason, for as long as the rando has been a thing, the randomizer loves to pair 7-1 and 7-2 together sometimes, more often than not.
Marky taking an unfortunate death there, so he's going to have to do that again. P-Wing's not exactly the most ideal choice. It'll give him a free hit if nothing else, but it's not exactly going to be faster. But yeah, going back to what you said, the World 7 and World 4 forts tend to be paired together if they're the only 2 forts in the world. Oh. Marky having a little trouble in the Tunnel of Love, and then just decides to just cut for it. Oh, Marky, this time just jumped there.
Yeah, he could have used that, but unfortunately... Okay, never mind. He could have waited for the Hotfoot to walk off.
Yeah, he's fine. So yeah, just another star. Nice sliding there by Marky, getting past the booze. Our second thick Koopa in a row after Roy, but he's not a very strong. So it's 28-27 for Johnny. So we're looking at a 40-plus minute seed here, folks. That's not going to be as uncommon anymore because of the draws we're starting to see.
All right, ice or grass? What have we here?
Say ice. Nope, I'm wrong. And we got another extra tile here, and ooh, they're gonna have to play.
Yep.
Play through it.
So, on one end of the fork is 1-6. What's the other path lead?
Maybe Marky will enlighten us. Marky finishes off Iggy and gets 29-11. So 44-second difference. We head to the finish line.
That poor bro in the top right corner that will never be played ever.
Yeah, sadly not. So Marky followed the same route as Johnny and decided to play 1-6. So, all right, so Johnny's done with that, so he's got to play 3 more stages. 5-1.
5-1. And, yeah, just move on. Only if you blind enter this with a P-Wing on, only then I would consider going for the item.
Agreed, and I've done that a couple of times. I think
As have I.
most players who've done this long enough, they've blind grabbed a P-Wing into 5F1. Yeah, sorry, Johnny, that doesn't work this time. We got 2-1.
One more stage before the end. It's 6-5.
Well, Johnny's got the right power up for it.
And the right enemy roster.
Oh no!
Except for that one.
Yeah, he's gonna have to do it. He's gonna have to take the side route, get his power up back.
Oh, I heard a stomp. I mean, there's another one up there.
Oh.
There it is.
He's ready for it. So good awareness there on Johnny's part.
Indeed. Yeah, Marky's waiting for the pile driver to come down. He knows it's there.
He knows it's there, but at a certain point, it's
there. It is.
Just hug the wall at a certain point and just run it out. Nice job there by Johnny taking care of Wendy, World 2 airship.
Which leaves Iceland, World
4 and Ludwig.
Airship, and Ludwig.
Ludwig's been last a lot. Another hammer off the card, so that could be useful.
Well,
let's see how this could be very quick. Yeah.
Where was that? Yeah. May as well.
Yeah, this is the correct call.
You're sitting on 3 hammers, just pop one.
Right. And you know there's no other, if you've been tracking, you know there are no other forts in this world, so... You just saw where the fourth pipe was. And he playing the 610 tile, gets hand number 1. Our first hand stage in this seed.
Yep.
So
Marky doing the same thing.
Yeah, another anchor. We've not seen what the anchor is.
Now, on more info about the anchor is it will, the item that the anchor is, it will be the same every time for that particular seed.
Right. Marky decided to be different, played the other tile, and got 4 or 5. Oh no, did I have it wrong? Maybe I did. Whatever.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, never mind.
They were both hand traps.
Wow, that's pretty wild. 34-39. All right. So it was a bridge and a lock. The last time, I'm going to say 2 locks this time.
2 locks, 1 bridge.
Well.
Oh.
Well, this is a forced draw, so we know this is going to break that lock up top.
Yeah, this would be a good time to test that anchor if it's a cloud or not.
That's not a bad idea. End of World 6 would be a good place to do it as well, but Marky about a minute back. Alright. Oh, Johnny's just gonna go for it. It's 6-9.
6-9. Can he get the wall jump? Not the first time. Not the second time either.
Yeah,
And he's done.
Yeah, it's like after that point, it's redundant. This 6-9 is not a particularly difficult stage.
If you can get it, great. If you blind enter with P-Wing, great.
Well, yeah, Johnny, I think, starting to press a little bit here with his pacing. We're at the 36-minute mark, and nobody's got done yet, so that is going to start weighing on them a little bit.
Yeah, he does not want to. He does not want to be down there at 0-2, or maybe he does, considering who is in 1-1 right now.
Oh boy!
Oh my God! Again!
This Johnny.
Again.
Johnny in control here. This is his to lose as we ready to close this out.
Wow, this is... Oh dear. Marky's flipping and sliding.
Yeah, Marky was trying to go for P-speed or something, couldn't quite get it. Seed fought. Oh, Marky having a little bit of a slideshow here. Okay, seems to be back, but Seed's finally showing mercy. In my experience, if the first half is really long, the second half tends to be a bit shorter. I think the Seed as a way of kind of averaging itself out in terms of how many levels you have to play. Oh, Johnny going for the mid clip.
Yep, and this will take in the Bowser. Just straight up.
Yeah.
Boop. And that gonna put JonnyLink at 2-0. Get your G's out, folks. We'll do it for this series.
Marky clipping up top there. So Johnny finishing with an official race time of 38:05. Excellent job.
Indeed.
But again, these were two very close races. This could have easily been 0-2 the other way. Marky, I think, has now learned the news, and he's going to go for the swag.
Yep.
There it is.
May as well, since you're right here.
Yep. Give the people what they want.
Give the Bowser good dumpstering. Like
Okay,
that.
does that. Well, yeah.
We didn't get to see it, but we heard it happen.
Yeah. So, yeah, Marky will finish with an official race time of 39:01.
So that is still under a minute.
Yes. Oh, yeah. 20 seconds and 56 seconds. And again, both races, really came down to, some unforced errors and, maybe slightly better or more precise routing, but nevertheless, two very well played matches. And yeah, it's considering this started at 7.5, as your starting gun, that's pretty good. Be sure to give our runners a follow. And we are joined by our runner-up today, MarkyMark, GG.
Thank you for the GG's, Pro A. Wow, those were a couple of races right there.
They certainly were, and we were just saying, like, both races were very competitive and very back and forth, particularly the first race. Both runners, both you and Johnny, as we welcome Johnny into the chat, both of you, were really kind of going back and forth at it, and, it ultimately, I think, came down to just some unforced some unfortunate deaths, mostly in game 2, and in game 1, I'd say it was probably an item density thing. Marky, I think you were a little more willing to go after the items. Johnny, not so much, and was able to kind of take advantage of that situation.
Well, GG's, first off, seems like really good races.
Yeah,
They most certainly were.
Yes, they were.
That first World 6, come on, how awful was that?
Yeah, we were discussing that throughout, and it was an 8+ minute world, and as it turns out, that extra pipe, if it had been played, would have saved you both a tremendous amount of time, because you would have skipped about 3 or 4 stages apiece after one fort came into play. So it's definitely really, I don't want to say inverted, but it's very peculiar logic where you really have to kind of see the map and understand and analyze what is and isn't there, and that's not always easy.
I think I got confused with my practice seed I did right before that, because I had a very similar World 6 with the locks were slightly different. So I didn't think about it, but once I got the item in the first fort, I was like, that's probably a bad move. And then played like 5 extra levels, it was bad, but oh well.
I mean, as it turns out, you would have had to play the same number of levels either way.
Almost. It would have been 4 to 3, but it was not ideal in either case. But yeah, the correct answer, as it turned out, was to play the pipe in the 6-9 location, hammer that boulder, and then kind of circumvent a lot of the routing, because otherwise, you would have had to play a bunch of stages. But that's the way it goes, and that's a byproduct, I think, of how the rando now works with some of these logical plays.
Yeah, and it's as many seeds that I've played, I've never seen a World 6 map quite like that one.
No, I've seen some where World 1 has been a crucial difference maker. One of my championship matches at SG Live was exactly that. But yeah, this is one where it was kind of a I want to say, like, it was an indirect. World 1 was an indirect answer, as it turned out.
Yeah.
And you're welcome, by the way, for that 7-5 start in game 2.
Instant reset. I was like, reset, put it on a tail.
Yeah. And both of you were running through that. It's like, please get me out of here.
Yeah. The enemy set wasn't
Went
terrible.
back in with the tail on that as well. That's actually not the first time today I've seen 7-5 like that. I had a seed earlier in practice. It wasn't the first level, but it started with the boss bass. I did the exact same thing, went back.
Yeah. Yeah, there was that, and then both of you doing the tail clips in 7-1. I was so proud.
Nice.
I was actually about to back out of that. I think I was going to try one more time if I didn't get it when I did.
I said one more time like 5 times.
How many tries did it take you, Johnny?
I didn't count, but it was a decent
It
amount.
was. We think we counted at 14. Marky, you were like 9 or 10. So
Okay.
all things considered, that's actually not too bad.
I wasn't sure if I had a mushroom in my inventory, if I only had the hammer suit, so I was like,
Yeah, it's just a slightly more precise clip. That's all.
I mean, it's another thing. Like, people like to see it, so yeah, keep trying it.
Yeah, why not? But
I'm sure Jade will be proud of both of us for getting that.
yeah. But no, overall, 2 very good back and forth matches. Marky easily could have been 2-zip or a split. I mean, hell, your first race was 20 seconds apart.
I was
in Bowser's Castle both seeds when Johnny finished.
Yeah, I was very much predicting 1-1 for this.
Yeah, and
I think most of us were, considering the competition, the skill level between you two.
Yeah, and I think, and as we saw, I think, with Teeks and Stewie again on Thursday, I think we are going to see more splits just because, I don't know about you guys, but it does seem like a lot of runners are kind of learning how to strategize with all these new extra tiles and some of the new variations with the overworld exploration. It does seem to be giving some runners a little bit of a headache trying to kind of work through it.
And how deep?
Sorry, go ahead.
Good.
No, you go ahead. You go ahead.
I was just gonna say I like that hammers are pretty useful in World 8 now. Both at the end of the day, I use one.
They paid
hammers
off.
And clouds.
Yeah.
Yeah, the clouds and hammers definitely paid off here in both seeds. Good strategic use. Any final thoughts, guys, before we wrap this one up?
I'll just say that when I saw that I was paired with Marky, I thought that was awesome because we just had the team league recently, and him and I were a team, and I was like, oh, this is gonna be great. Now we get to actually play against each other.
Yeah.
Same.
So that was exciting. But yeah, I can't wait to rewatch these, and it was an amazing time. So thanks for the races.
Yeah, me too.
No, for sure.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, that will do it for the moment, but we do have other games later tonight. One in particular is on SpeedGaming 2, which is going to be a quad. 2 matches will be happening at the same time at 8 p.m. on SpeedGaming 2. Highfire 28 and Angel Joe. And then Leslie Pro 4 and Moodland Angel. I should be saying Highfire versus Angel Joe, and then Leslie Pro versus Moodland Angel.
Yeah, 2 veterans going against 2 newcomers to the community. I mean, Leslie, I think, has been in every tournament since day 1, and Flyer's been around at least 4 or 5 years, and it was runner-up last year in the main tournaments. So this will be it'll be an interesting contrast. We'll see how our new friends perform in these races.
And later at 10 p.m. Channel, I think it's going to be on our dedicated SMB3 Rando channel. It's going to be Danny P. Speed, our current defending champion, versus Raiko Rider, another seasoned veteran of the tournament, these tournaments.
And a seasoned randomizer veteran as well. He's very well versed in the Z1R, Z3R, and SMC3 randos. So he knows just about all the tricks of the trade. But yeah, so and we've got plenty more matches as we get through week 1 of Swiss play. Again, we've got 54 players in this tournament, so that's 27 matches. So plenty of rando to go around.
Yep, and I think so far only 1 match remaining has yet to be scheduled.
I believe you're right.
Mm-hmm.
So keep an eye out on the schedule, and again, thanks to our runners for a fine performance today. Some terrific play on both sides, and again, this could be a good rematch in the brackets, I think.
That'd be sweet.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it's gonna be. This tournament's already shaping up to be something spectacular. I can already tell.
Yeah,
and we're gonna see a lot of sparks flying.
For sure, with 10 matches, over 5 weeks. Yeah, this is going to be something very good indeed. Thanks to Dust, my co-com, for joining me today, and again, as always, thanks to SpeedGaming for hosting the 8th edition of Mario Madness, or the Mario 3 Randomizer Tournament. Trademark pending on the first one. We're working on it, I think. But
I'm Dust Minion.
And I'm Pro807. Thanks all for watching. Appreciate it.
GG's, good night.
Good night, everybody.
Goodbye for now.